In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 things that make the manifestation process so much easier and how you can easily apply it in your life. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you those 3 ideas that can totally transform your life and help make the process so much easier when it comes to you achieving your goals or creating what you want in your life. Now, a lot of the teachings that I've had when it comes to the law of attraction, since the last year or 2 that I've been on YouTube and what I've been learning myself, it's kind of in a way gone deeper. It's evolved in a way to where I look more to the metaphysics, understanding different things about reality in general, and how that applies to what we experience. Now, there's certain old ways of looking at the law of attraction, just ways that many people have been looking at it for a long time, and some of them are a little bit outdated. Now, the first one has to do with this presumption that what we want to create in our life doesn't already exist. So what we do is in the present moment right now, we goal ourselves and we focus on, since we're here, getting over here and experiencing whatever it is over here. But the insistence that we are here and we want to be over here creates resistance, and it's almost like we're doing more than we have to. Now, this is a common saying in the law of attraction: create your own reality. It's something that gets thrown around a lot. I say a lot as well. However, it's actually not very accurate. The truth is, we don't have to create our own reality because that reality already exists at a certain frequency. That's why the first one is understanding parallel realities. Everything we can possibly imagine exists right now in the present moment. It is simply vibrating at a different frequency, so the key is to embody that version of us now, because this is about resonance. But you see, we don't resonate with things that we want to experience when we are emphasizing that we don't currently have that which we want to experience. So if we're here, maybe without the girlfriend or boyfriend, and we're saying we really, really want it, then what happens is we're saying we don't currently have it. We have to create it in our lives. But see, from a different point of view, it already exists. So it's about embodying the resonance of that reality. Now, how can you more easily apply this in your life? First off, be aware that the only moment that exists is this moment right now. Everything else is a different parallel reality that is simply vibrating at a different frequency. So because everything exists here and now, we can begin to tap into that version of us and how we'd be acting, feeling, and what we'd be doing. And as we embody the thoughts, feelings, emotions, and actions of that version of us, we then start to create that in our life. But remember, we don't create it, it already exists. We just simply perceive of it. It's like when you look at a TV station or you look at a television set. There's different channels which are different frequencies. They all exist right now. They're just tuned to different frequencies. If you tune your dial to a certain frequency, you get a certain station. But they all exist right now. We don't have to create them. We just have to tune into them. In the same way, when it comes to the manifestation process, when you let this soak in, this whole understanding of parallel realities, it makes the process so much easier because you don't have to try so hard. You don't even have to create your own reality. It's more about choosing it and knowing that you are already whole and complete, and knowing that it exists right now. We've never experienced the past because when it was the past, it was this moment right now, just from a different point of view, a different parallel reality. You see, we have memory, so we can tie all these parallel realities together in a linear type fashion, but it doesn't take away from understanding they all exist right now. Everything exists right now. We will never get to the future because the future is an idea in our brain. The past is an idea in our brain because when it was the past, it was this moment right now. And when it will be the future, it will be this moment right now. It's just we can use our imagination or our memory to project ourselves in either direction. However, what we can begin to do is use it as a tool because we can begin to embody and imagine the best version of us right now. If you can even think of the best version of you, how you'd be acting, feeling, what you'd be doing, then it already exists at a certain frequency. So we use our imagination to tap into this version of us, which already exists. And as we tap into this version of us, that's where everything begins to change. You see, anything you want, you can have, do, be, experience in your life. It's about embodying that version of you because the self-image is what creates our life experience. Our self-image is something we will always do our best to remain consistent to, but we get locked into a certain self-image of who we were in the past, of something that happened where subconsciously in a moment we decided this is who I am, and therefore we create that experience over and over and over again. But we don't have to. Instead, what we can do is have the awareness of this. Have the awareness that there's an infinite number of parallel realities that exist. We can simply choose and decide that this is who we are now. And as we do that, we start to create the reflection in our life of that. Everything in our life is a reflection of what we believe to be true. We will always get the parallel reality in reflection to our state of being and to who we are being. That's how we shift. And the truth is we're constantly shifting. We don't even have to try to shift. We don't have to learn to shift to a parallel reality because it happens, because that's what movement is. Time is the movement through different parallel realities. As I go like this right now, I'm shifting through different parallel realities. Any little minute change is a totally separate parallel reality. Just like at a film strip, if I were to stretch out a film strip, we could break out the individual frames. Some may look very similar, but they're completely individual frames. These are all infinite parallel realities that exist. This blows some people's minds because when we think of infinity, it really expands our scope of perception. But the truth is, this is so much easier than we priorly thought. Now, the second thing that makes the manifestation so much easier, the whole process, is understanding that you can feel any emotion that you want right now in the present moment. You can. You can feel any emotion you want on cue when you condition yourself. Now, here's what we normally do. Here's what I used to do. When I achieve X, Y, Z, then I will feel happy. I remember in the beginning of the YouTube, of being on YouTube, it was like when I hit 100,000 subs, then I can feel happy. Then 100,000 subs come out around, and I was, of course, feeling happy. I'm excited to make videos in general, but it wasn't this euphorically blissful feeling that all of a sudden, once it hit 100,000, it's just like so much ecstatic happiness. It was a cool feeling, something I felt grateful for. I'm grateful to do what I love for a living, but we blow things up in our mind thinking it's going to be this certain way, only to be let down because the external isn't what really makes us happy, it's the internal. So this is about understanding how our brain works, how our mind works, and how our emotions work. So normally what we'll do is we'll be in a certain place and we'll say, it's almost like we tell our dopamine and serotonin receptors, we say, hey, don't release positive emotion. Don't feel good because you haven't done this yet. But when you do this, then I will reward you and let you feel that positive emotion. So I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to do this with YouTube. I'm going to grow the channel. And then you get there, and then it's like, okay, receptors and serotonin, dopamine, now you can release positive emotion. Yay, you did it. So that's kind of how the brain works, is then we give ourselves permission. But that's a funny idea. Why do we have to wait to feel the emotion? It's a choice. It's a decision. It's the meaning we give it. Is it inherently built in reality itself that when somebody reaches 100,000, 200,000, 1 million subscribers on YouTube, that they're going to release all of this emotion? It's not built in. It's only the meaning we give it. There are people that could be happy with 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. because that's still a lot of people. And they can be happy and ecstatic, and they give themselves permission at that benchmark. But what's the difference? The difference is certain people have certain benchmarks in their minds, certain rules as to when they can be happy. And unless all of those rules check into place, then they say, oh, can't be happy yet. So what we can begin to do is understand that we can give ourselves permission to feel happy right now in the present moment, and that by feeling happy right now in the present moment, everything begins to change. You see, we all normally have it backwards. We say, when I see it, then I believe it. When I experience it, then I'll be happy. It's actually the other way around. When we are happy first and foremost, we resonate with that parallel reality like we're talking about in the first one, and then we're more likely to experience. So first off, we must embody the emotion, and we embody the emotion by giving ourselves permission to feel that right now in the present moment. How do you change your emotion? Change your focus and change the meaning you give situations. You can give positive meaning to many different things. Like, hey, I woke up today. I get another day to be on this earth plane. I'm already winning. And you focus on that perspective, you're going to feel more grateful than if you're like, oh, I haven't done X, Y, Z, 1 through 10 on my checklist yet. I can't be happy. But if you were happier, you'd get everything done on your checklist quicker, easier, more smoothly. So this is about understanding the emotions, because here's a formula, an added bonus in this video I wasn't going to share, but now I will share. And it's understanding this formula. It's very simple. Increased intention, which means increased focus, increased outlook on the outcome, the parallel reality, plus elevated emotion equals manifestation. These two things right here. Elevated emotion. And you can give yourself permission to feel the elevated emotion by just choosing to. It can be that simple. Just choose. We choose our choices. Just a lot of people may have a little bit of resistance to thinking, oh, I don't choose my emotions, they just happen to be. Well, it depends on what perspective you're in. If you're in the reactive mind, everything's happening in the ego mind, then it will feel that way. But you can observe your thoughts, you can observe your emotions, and then you can choose them from a state of awareness. There's always these perspectives. This is happening to me, these are the thoughts I'm having, and then the observation of the thoughts I'm having. That space is where all the power is. That will make the manifestation process so much easier. Go straight to the emotion. Feel the emotion now, knowing you can give yourself permission right now in the present moment. The third part of the manifestation process that'll make it so much easier if you apply is simply letting go mixed with following your passion. Now, what do I mean by this? It's about resonance. And normally, what we do is we think that this is where we are, but we want to pile on a new idea and achieve more. The key is actually knowing that our natural vibration, who we really are, is naturally high vibration. High vibration level of consciousness. That is who we are. So it's not so much we have to pile on a new idea, have an epiphany, have even a spiritual awakening. It's more so, we just have to let go of what no longer serves. You see, a lot of people go through a spiritual awakening because there's so much pressure in their life, a lot of pain they went through, that then that pressure has them then let go of everything. And as they let go of everything, they start to shoot up and have this spiritual awakening experience. And people look at them and go, what the hell's going on with that person? They're crazy. It's kind of what happens. But they're going through a spiritual awakening. But the key is understanding letting go. This is more about letting go, because if you focus more on your vibration, things will manifest easier. But normally we're focused on the side effects of those manifestations. We're going out saying, I want the car, I want the money, I want this. That's a side effect of you doing what you love. Money is a side effect. Money isn't the end result or the end all be all, because money is the meaning we give it. Paper, it's paper. But we give it meaning in society. The meaning is what we as a society give it. Maybe, yes, that paper can buy us nice, cool stuff. But it's about being aware that that's a side effect of you doing what you love. And the heart can connect to money. The head connects to the money. The heart can't connect to money. The heart connects to passion. You have to focus on the vibration of what you love doing and then let go of what doesn't serve. So by you letting go of fear, negative beliefs about money, all of these different things that don't serve you, you're going to let go of these negative emotions, you're going to naturally raise your vibration and then attract everything that you want in your life. But that's why this is more about being aware of what you can let go of, observing the thoughts, not reacting to that ego perspective I was talking about. There's always those two perspectives. Right now, you can observe your thoughts. You can be thinking, how much longer is this video going to be? You can be thinking many different thoughts. But then there's also a perspective where you can observe the thought that says, how much longer is this video going to be? And as you observe it, you get into an observation space, and in that space, everything changes. You start to then choose what you want to experience. So it's about letting go of the thoughts, letting go of the beliefs, letting go of the repetitive patterns, letting go, and then knowing this little other caveat to follow your passion. Follow your passion. The feeling of passion in your life is your body's translation that is telling you this is who you are and this is what you're meant to be doing. So the more you follow your passion, the more you are going to be living who you really are. And as you let go of everything you are not, you will naturally raise your vibration and attract things easier than ever. The feeling of passion is what you could say your higher self's way of communicating with you, letting you know that you are on the right path. And you could just follow that in every minute. You might say, I don't know my overarching passion. It doesn't have to be an overarching passion that you do the rest of your life. But what it could be is you follow your passion in the moment. You say, I'm going to do what I'm passionate about in the moment. I want to read this type of book. I'm interested in this kind of subject. I'm going to read it. I feel like it can be an excitement. Passion doesn't have to be this overarching hair on fire type excitement. It could be simply walking out to grass, walking barefoot, and being in nature for 10, 15 minutes. And then saying, what do I want to do now? I want to go eat something. Okay, so then you come in, you eat. And you go through these steps, and you follow your passion. And as you do that, you lead yourself to the next best thing, to the next best thing, to the next best thing. That, in a way, is like a carrot on a stick that is kind of bobbing you along, and it will lead you to eventually being where you need to be when you need to be there. So you see, these three ideas I'm sharing with you right now can totally transform your life if you begin to apply them, because it is more so rooted in the way reality works rather than just the side effects of how things work. And the more we focus on this, the easier it becomes for us to really embody who we are meant to be in our life. And the process of manifestation is not something we have to learn to do or try to do. It's always happening. We're always manifesting something. It's just, what are we manifesting? Can we be more aware of how to let go, how to allow in more? That's where the true key really is. So remember, there's an infinite number of parallel realities that exist. You are constantly shifting through them in every moment. You don't have to create your own reality. It already exists. It's simply about imagining that version of you, how you'd be thinking, acting, and feeling, embodying those things. And then as you do, you condition yourself to be in a completely new way. Then secondly, what you can begin to do is know that you can feel any emotion you want right now because you choose to. You don't have to wait till some external time in the future to do it. You can feel it now by deciding to. As you do so, you'll begin to resonate more with the vibration you want. And then thirdly, you can let go because your vibration is naturally high. And as you let go, you start to raise up, follow your passion every moment. It will lead you to exactly where you need to be, exactly when you need to be there. So if you want to learn how to raise your vibration the quickest, I have created a free meditation that will help you to raise your vibrational set point. It's what helped me raise my vibrational set point years ago, is the principles I teach and I use in this meditation. And it's going to be in the top of the description box below. I recommend you listen to it for 21 days to get the maximum benefit out of it. Another thing I'll be doing is more live Q&As on Instagram. So if you want to be a part of the live Q&As, ask me questions, you can go and follow me on Instagram as well. And other than that, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little notification gear so that you can see the daily vids that I do, because the way YouTube does things now is you actually have to hit that button to see the daily vids. Got a lot more stuff coming, so make sure you hit that. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.